Hello. I haven't been teaching for a week, but I have been practicing every day. And because my practice is strong, tends towards sort of, it's quite gymnastic. I feel like a bag of elbows. And we all know that feeling. It's the same feeling you get when you've been lying, well, no, not lying. I was going to say lying on your back. I suppose, yeah, if you've been lying on your back for a week, you would feel like a bag of elbows, but a very relaxed one, sitting at a screen. So in between my own practice, I'm spending a lot of time at the screen because, as you know, my other job is design and it's theatre season. So there's a lot of work happening at the screen in between. Hence, I feel like a bag of elbows. So what I normally get from class that I don't do for myself very often is that beautiful flowing practice. Let's have one of those. My last vinyasa class was too workshopy. I realized I thought I was being quite sort of fast and furious, but no, it was really workshopy. So this one's not going to have a lot of cue because this stuff can be strong, but you can get a really nice sense of stretch. And also I'm going to improvise it. So your lefts and rights are going to be a mess. And you might not even get a symmetrical practice. So this is the joy of practicing with me. Let's start standing. I'm going to start with some bouncing and I just want to stay sideways because otherwise I distract myself. Let's come to the mat. Find a position where you have a gazing point and you're not going to be distracted by things moving around too much. Tadasana, feet on the floor in the most comfortable position for you, anywhere from under the hips inwards, maybe even slightly wider. So very much your twist. Start to lengthen through the spine. Just feel that length running through the body, crown of the head lifting towards the ceiling. Eyes can be closed, arms down by the sides, palms facing forwards. Let's just start to arrive on the feet with the breath. Let gravity do the work. And as you exhale, you can start to draw the navel in and up. So just feel that little connection with your abdominal muscles and your deeper core muscles. Remember, you don't have to stay still in any posture. These micro movements, there's no such thing as stillness in the body, but micro movements, they exist. And when you practice with me, that freedom to fidget is always there. So for the next few breaths, I'm just going to have some movements for the shoulders. I'm just going to inhale as I draw the shoulders up and back. Exhale down. Try to let the arms be really free with shoulder movements because they help. One more, and I would bring, start to open your eyes and bring your gaze to your horizon point. And let's get back the other way. As you roll your shoulders back the other way, try not to make this a tight movement. And let your gaze become reasonably soft on your horizon. If you have brought your feet together, as I have, into that kind of tight little posture, you might need to just shuffle them out a little bit. And let's inhale, draw the arms up, palms face each other. And exhale, circle the arms back and down. Inhale up, at your own pace. Exhale down. Nice big breaths. Inhale. Exhale. One more. Inhale. Exhale. This time, take the arms out wide. Inhale. Arms go up, optional palms together. Exhale into a very gentle back bend. Inhale to lengthen up and exhale, soft forward fold. Just come all the way down, half sun salutation. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, release from the hips. Inhale, open up forward, reverse one dive. Exhale, hands to heart, and again. Inhale, circle the arms up, or you can bring them up through center if you ain't got room. Exhale, gentle back bend. Inhale to center, exhale, soft forward fold. Always at your pace. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, release from the hips. This is your half sun salutation. Bend your knees as much as you need to. So if you're watching and copying, you're going to get into trouble because I do not need to bend my knees very much. So you must. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, soft forward fold. You can bend your knees quite deeply here. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, release from hips. So this is the stage where you start to lengthen out the legs if that's how you're working. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, hands to heart. Let's pause. Just notice how you're feeling. Inhale, take the arms up again. Keep the arms reasonably wide. It's like you're holding a rugby ball. Exhale, right hand down to the side. Left arm draws across. Try and keep your hips fairly steady, belly pulling in. Inhale to center, exhale other side. Inhale to center, exhale to the right. Inhale to center, exhale to the left. Inhale to center. Take the arms out wide, so just stay facing the direction you're in. And bend your elbows and stack your hands just in front of the chest. As you exhale, take your bottom arm out to the side, rotate your chest to the right. Well, with your bottom arms on the right. Inhale to center, left arm out to the side, twist to the left. So just keep switching arms like a little Cossack dance, just the upper body. I think we've done this before in a previous class. And the intention is to warm the waist here. A little bit of a twisting for the upper body, shoulders, elbows are out wide. I'm always working on this, try to keep imagining that lengthening through the crown of the head towards the ceiling. Last one over to the left. Come to center, inhale, circle the arms up nice and tall. Exhale, soft forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, bring your left hand to center. Right arm draws up towards the ceiling. I keep my legs fluid when I do this. Let's just stay in the twist for a moment and breathe. If your top arm is aching or your shoulder is tight, then you can bring your hand to your hip or wrap it around your waist. Then you don't need to keep both legs perfectly straight. As you do this, not the way I do it. Exhale down. Right hand to center, left arm draws up. Or hand on hip. Exhale down. Just stay down here for a moment. And depending on where you are on your mat, you can either walk your hands forward or your legs back to downward facing dog. Just reach into your dog. And then walk it back to standing forward fold. Doesn't matter whether it's hands towards feet, feet towards hands, just or half and half, just whatever's fine for you. And soften the knees and inhale to sweep up. Exhale, hands to heart. So let's just, for argument's sake, step to the back of the mat. Keep your eyes softly on your gazing point. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, soft forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, release from the hips. Left hand to center, right arm draws up. I'm bending my left knee and lengthening my right leg. Exhale, right arm down. Inhale, left arm up. Bending my right knee, lengthening my left leg. You don't have to. Exhale down. Relax. Walk your hands forward to downward dog. Or as I say, you can do half and half. Just start in the middle of the mat if that's what you need. On an exhale, walk your hands back in, standing forward fold. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, soft forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, release. Right arm draws up, twist to the right. Exhale down. Inhale, left arm draws up. Exhale down. Walk your hands forward to down facing dog. Let your heels lift. Inhale, right leg draws up high. Let's open up the hip, bend the knee, right knee, let the right foot flop behind you, just a little three-legged dog with a scorpion leg. Just hang around here for a moment, just focus on opening up the hips first. Have some ankle circles if you want, always here. And maybe lengthen out the leg while the hips are open, rotate your hips to face the mat. Exhale, round the back, knee comes forward between the wrists, tippy toes. Inhale, lengthen up. Exhale, round the back, knee comes forward, shoulders over wrists. One more time, inhale, lift the leg, and this time let's step it all the way through to your lunge. Runner's lunge. Just going to take my right foot out to the side a little way, bring the hands down to the floor, and gently press my right knee out to the side. Just going to keep it a bit switched on for now. If you're right here, you can bring that knee back to center, wiggle it in, and draw your right arm up towards the ceiling into your lunge twist. Have a breath. Exhale, hands down. And let's step back. Let's go for downward facing dog. Other side, left leg lifts. Pick it up high. Open up the hips, scorpion the leg. Optional, some little ankle circles. And hang around here and focus on opening the fronts of the hips. Gazing out through underneath the left arm. And some little ankle circles. And then if you want to, you can lengthen out left leg. Stretch it up. And then square off those hips. And as you exhale around the spine, bring the knee between the wrists, elbows, shoulders over wrists. Inhale up. Exhale, knee forward. Inhale up. Exhale, come forward and step it all the way through. Runner's lunge. Let's bring both hands to the inside of the left leg, wiggle that left foot out to the side a little way, just pointing the toes out, and then let the knee drop open. And if you are comfy here, you can bring your left foot in, keep the right hand down, twist to the left, left arm lifts. Really nice, circle the arm down. And let's step back, down facing dog. Couple more breaths. And pedal out the legs. So just, you pedal out the legs here. And lengthening out the backs of the legs and just releasing any tension there. Really nice and fluid. So remember, I'm just trying to keep a more sort of fluid vibe in this class. So if anything starts to feel crunchy for you, you can leave it out. Have a wiggle, turn of the head. And then when you're ready, you just start to walk the feet towards hands, or half and half, or the other way around, doesn't matter. But let's end up at the front of the mat. Fold. And you can have blocks if you need them under your hands. You can bend the knees as much as you need to. Just going to stay in my fold for a while. Get a really nice stretch through the hamstrings. The hands, just my hands are resting behind my ankles. For some people, it's going to be much higher up and there's going to be a bend of the knees. But what we're looking for is that stretch, back of the legs. Really safe, no pain. Doesn't matter what it looks like, it just wants to feel quite nice. And you can always pulse and fidget. Always fidget as much as you need to. Be connected to your body. There's no point trying to stop it from moving. Okay, so a little bit of balancing. Let's press into the feet. Inhale to reach up all the way up. And let's exhale to bring the hands back down. Inhale, sweep both arms up. And exhale, circle back to my gazing point. And bring your focus to your feet. And just keep working with the breath. Inhaling to float the arms up, exhaling to float them back. And get that real sense of fluidity through the body. There's no stillness in balancing. It's all about responding to the body weight shifting around, like a weeble. Okay, so just working, probably not quite with my breath there. You work with your breath, it doesn't matter the speed. And as you start to float your arms up, start to lift your heels. So shift your weight into the balls of the feet. And then exhale, lower. Now, in an ideal world, you move towards a fluidity in which there's no sort of discernible up or down. There's a sort of a rise, a journey up. And then a lower. And then just as when you circle your arms, there's no, there is a process by which the arms go up and then they go down, but the point at which that shifts from one to the other is not exactly clear. There's a continuum. And so just try and get there, let your feet wobble. Moving away from hoiking. I do know some people who really struggle with moving from hoiking up and hoiking down into something a bit more liquid, but it does come. I just sometimes have to, it's because they're not listening more often than anything else, and sometimes I have to sort of shout. I mean, as far as me shouting is a thing that ever happens. And I sort of find myself saying it quite assertively 45 times in a row. And of course, the people who are people who learn by listening are getting more and more fluid to the point where they're just elastic. And we see small shifts. So I'm keeping everything quite soft. Okay, let's just shift onto one leg. So next time you come up, raise the right knee and the right arm. I'm doing it backwards. And then exhale down, and then move over to the left. Now it doesn't matter, as long as you're doing one arm and one leg. Usually I would do opposites, but actually we've warmed quite a lot. So I'm bringing the knee up in line with the hip and then lowering the foot down. Slow motion moonwalking or something. Actually, it's not really walking because we're not doing opposite sides. Keep your eyes on your gazing point. So it's nice to feel like a puppet when you do this, like someone else is moving the strings. Okay, let's switch to opposite sides. So left arm, right arm, left leg, right arm, opposite sides. Tell I haven't talked for a while because my words have slightly left me. That's okay. Opposite sides. Opposite knee lifts, opposite arm. I'm going to turn this into a little bit of tree pose to start with. So the next time both arms lift and the right leg comes up, hold here. If you're feeling quite strong, extend that right leg. And then as you exhale, lift the knee, step the leg back into a lunge. Take the arms all the way back. So you're in a high lunge with arms reaching back, airplane lunge. And then inhale, open it up into crescent lunge. Lovely. Hands come down to the ground. Step back into extended pyramid pose. Just lengthen out both the legs. Not coming all the way down, but you can if you want to. Quite happy here actually. Got good stretch in the legs. In the front knee, step the right foot forward. Inhale, circle up. Exhale, hands down, pick up your right ankle and bring it into your favorite version of tree. So let's just tuck the sole of the right foot into the thigh or around the outer edge of the ankle or shin, inner or outer edge of the ankle or shin or thigh. Do half lotus if you want, but the hips aren't that warm. Just holding here for a moment. gathering my thoughts. Okay, let's come back to standing star, knee lifted. Hands can draw up. Exhale, get back to your lunge, step it all the way back. Take the arms back. Inhale, take the arms up. Circle the right arm all the way around. Rotate your right foot to the front of the mat. Warrior two. Warrior two. Reverse warrior. Extended side angle pose. Lovely. Inhale, come all the way up. Take the arms up. Toes out to the side. Exhale. High squat, hands in prayer position. Hold here. Let's try lifting the right heel, other side left. Just side to side. Pulling in. Side to side, heel lifts. Inhale, circle up. And let's warrior two to the back of the mat. So we're going to turn the left foot forward, right foot out to the side. Bend the knee. Right knee bent. And then inhale, reverse warrior. Exhale, extended side angle. Reach over. Let's take this all the way through to runner's lunge. To the back of the mat, right foot forward, left foot back. Heel lifted. Lengthen it out into your extended pyramid. So both legs are long. Just staying a little high, I'm not folding. Any version of pyramid or a hamstring stretch is fine here. Bend that front knee. Inhale, take the arms up into your crescent lunge. Just going to adjust this a little bit. Take the arms back into your airplane lunge. We're going backwards here. And then inhale, take the arms forward and step onto your right foot. Lift the left knee. Lengthen out the leg if you want to. It's your choice if you're feeling strong. And then pop your left foot into your favorite version of tree. Just going to keep my hands at heart. So left foot can be in half lotus, it can be tucked into your thigh, it can be on the outer or inner edge of your ankle or shin. You can have the foot still tapped to the ground for tree pose. And let's breathe. So to promise a little bit of balancing when we've done it. So it might not be completely symmetrical. Actually, we have done everything on both sides. We've just done them strangely wonkily. Happens, doesn't it? Okay, let's release. Inhale, take the arms up. Exhale, soft forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, release from hips. Let's step back to plank. Inhale forward to chaturanga, half plank, low lift plank, lower down halfway. Inhale, open up into your back bend of choice. It could be upward dog or cobra. Exhale, down facing dog. Hello, breathe. Let's inhale, take the right leg up high. Exhale, run back, step it through. Rotate your left leg to the front of the mat. Inhale, circle your left arm up and over, lengthen all the way into reverse triangle. Roll it all the way back. Exhale, back to center and take yourself into triangle. So right arm reaches forward, no forward or backward leaning. Forward over the right foot. Inhale, take the left arm up. Don't rest your right hand on anything. Pull the belly in and be strong. If you've gone too far, you won't be able to hold this. It will strain your back. So you can come up really high. Try not to rest on anything for strength. Inhale, come back up to center. Both feet point forward, heels in, toes out, arms wide. Exhale, goddess. Just hold here for a second. Inhale, reach up one more time. And let's do some nice little twisty sideways movements. So back into goddess. And let's take the right hand across to the left thigh, palm up, left hand over to the side. Inhale to center, back the other way. So just, again, try to make these big swirling circles around you and not worry about hoiking. There's no up, there's no down, there's a continuum of movement, and you're using so many muscles to do it, but it's a liquid, stretchy kind of movement. Reach away. Last one, over to, I don't know, whichever side you started on, the opposite of that, but like anybody ever remembers. Reach up, some people do remember, I don't remember. And then let's warrior two to the front of the mat. So left knee bent, right foot facing the long edge of the mat, arms out wide. Deep breath in, reverse it. Exhale, extended side angle. Rotate your right arm down, rotate, runner's lunge to the front of the mat. Lovely. Let's step back, down facing dog. Couple of breaths. Swing the heels from side to side. Just gonna dump in some of these nice stretches for those of you who forget that continual movement doesn't always have to be structured. Some people like structured movement, some people will move continually regardless. I am in the second camp, but they teach more in the first camp because more people have this kind of disconnect. So when you're ready, let's round the spine, shoulders come over the wrist, onto tiptoes, exhale, lower down, halfway or all the way to the floor, flatten out your feet, open up into your back bend of choice, upward dog, cobra, sphinx, whatever you like. And exhale back to downward facing dog. Just a little pedal. Okay, let's take the right leg up high. Right knee comes forward, step through, high lunge, rotate. Your left foot to the left, right hand to the inside of the left, right foot. Inhale, open it up all the way back to reverse warrior. Exhale all the way back down to runner's lunge. Step it back, downward facing dog, left leg lifts. Step through, runner's lunge. Both hands on the inside of the left leg. Inhale, open it up. Keep your left knee bent, roll it all the way back. Reverse warrior. Exhale, runner's lunge. Step it back, downward facing dog. Let's do that a couple more times. Right leg lifts. Exhale, step through, both hands on the inside, rotate left leg, open it up. Through warrior, all the way back to reverse warrior. Exhale, circle it down, step back, left, inhale, open up. Exhale, runner's lunge. And all the way through warrior two, circle up, reverse warrior. Exhale, down. One more on each side. Right leg up. Runner's lunge, extended side angle, warrior two, reverse warrior, just moving through all of them. Back to runner's lunge, step back, left leg, step forward, runner's lunge, extended side angle, open it up through warrior two, back to reverse warrior, rotate it forward, step back, plank, pause. Go to your plank through, down facing dog if you want. Shift the weight into the right hand, shift the legs to the right, open up side plank, exhale other side, side plank. Just roll from side to side, keep moving through. Open up, to the left, to the right. Next time you're on your left side, open it up, take your top leg over the top, sink both sets of hips to the ground, and point, or just lift your heart so that your fingertips of your right hand are lengthening towards the wall to your right. This is called lounging lizard. Good name. Rotate back. Downward facing dog. Shift onto the right side plank, side plank. The right. Pick up your top leg, put it on the floor, and then circle your left hand to face the one on the left. Sink your hips to the ground. Yeah, nice. Open it up, back to downward facing dog. Right leg lift, let's go for pigeon. Right knee, right elbow, take the ankle across, sink in, come up high. You can have padding under your hips if you want them. I'm just going to stay here for a moment. Everybody I know has a version of pigeon that they love, so do the version that you like. You can be on your back. Just going to stay open here for a moment. And when you're ready, you can come forward. You don't have to wait for me. And come all the way down. Sink into pigeon. Enjoy it. You just feel the muscles working. So, I mean, it depends for everyone, but you might be able to feel the glutes. Getting that good stretch, the hips. And if you can, I mean, I don't know why you would be watching this, except that the cues today have been really very bad. You can see my amazing day glow vest underneath my t-shirt. Do love my day glow vest. I was joking with my partner that it's not yoga unless I feel like someone can see me doing it from the moon. So that's what the day glow vest is for. Sometimes I have nails to match. So hopefully as you're resting here, those hips are starting to soften quite nicely. So if you are in that state, you can come up and have some deeper stretches. If actually your hips is just, if you're just loving pigeon, your hips are feeling good, you stay where you are. I'm just going to leave my right hand on the floor. Anybody who practices with me regularly knows this movement is whether I actually stay in it or fall out of it just depends. And getting the hand in the right place is always tricky for me because my arms are short. I'm just going to pick up the back foot and I'm going to put my foot in the crook of my elbow. So there is a way of doing this when you're feeling bendy enough that you can take your right hand over your head and then connect both arms. It's not happening for me today. I can feel it. The quads are too tight. So I'm just going to stay here and have the quad stretch. I'm not even going to twist. So all I've done, I'm still in pigeon, all I've done is pick up my back foot and popped it into the crook of my elbow. Sometimes you can just do it with a strap or you can hold it in your hand. You can go into quite a big back bend. We might have another go later on. Let's release the leg if you're in that kind of weird little half mermaid position. Let's tuck the back toe, step back. Let's pick up the right leg into three-legged dog. And we're going to take it into just a quick twisty wavy movement. So we'll just bring that right foot forward. Keep the left foot down, open up into your lunge twist, but really draw it back to a lovely open twist. Exhale, hand down. Step back, downward dog. Pick up your left leg, pigeon on the left, knee forward, left foot across. Start by sinking in. See, I told you I felt like a bag of elbows. I really do feel like a bag of elbows. I still feel like a bag of elbows. And my cueing is like a bag of elbows as well. And so I'm going to sink down, have a breather. So wherever you are, just take a moment to check that you are still breathing. Okay, so I'm just gonna, again, you can stay in your favorite version of Pigeon. You don't have to do anything more at this point if you don't want to. I'm just gonna come up, left hand staying on the floor. I'm gonna pick up my right foot and just, again, right foot goes in the crook, the elbow, and I have collapsed somewhat here. Just gonna pick it up a little bit, and I'm not gonna, definitely not going any further than this today. But if you want to go into mermaid or a version of mermaid, this is a version of mermaid, but you're welcome to, if you want to. This is enough for me. This is quite nice because my toes are cold, so they're just getting warmed in my arm. My hands are always cold. Well, that's a lie because they're not cold right now, but the feet are the worst. But I don't like to do yoga with socks on or yoga socks, so I just have to live with it. When you're ready, release. I'm getting leg warmers, and so there's going to be leg warmers. They're black, so you probably won't notice. Maybe I should have got some 80s Day Glow leg warmers. Okay, step it back to downward facing dog. Yep, nice. And we're going to pick up the left leg. Step it all the way through to your high lunge. Keep your right hand on the floor. Open up into your lunge twist, but wave it back really languorous, or whatever that word is, languid movement. Lazy, big gestures. Step it back, down facing dog. Let's pick up the right leg high. Bring it forward and all the way to the outside of the left hand. Rotate your left foot to the face the left. Open up into fallen triangle. Nice. I'm going to switch sides, right foot back. Just come into dog for a moment and then put the right foot down. Three-legged dog. Left leg picks up. Sweep it forward and then all the way across to the right hand. Just flatten that foot out. Rotate your back foot so it's flat, pointing in front of the mat. Open up into fallen triangle. Nice. Right hand down, three-legged dog. Yep. Just going to walk my feet forward a bit. Right hand, left ankle, twist. Underneath the armpit, a twisted dog. Center, twisted dog to the right. Center, walk feet back. And inhale, let's roll it forward to plank, lower down through chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, child's pose. Right. Just going to breathe. Just breathing, breathing, breathing. So you can stay here. Okay, just going to square up, cross the ankles, roll through seated onto your back. Roll it all the way back. And take both legs into the air and both arms into the air. I'm just going to a little shake, a little wiggle, shake fingers, toes, ankles, wrists. So the temptation is to get stuck into a big old pile of abs. Really, really tempting. I'm not going to do that. I'm going to take my left foot to the floor, weave my fingers behind my right leg, I'm going to take my hands are going to go right up to my ankle, but depending on your hamstrings, you might use a strap or keep your hand right down by your thigh. Just going to stretch out the leg because it feels like the right thing to do, even though I've done it. Fingertips, I'm just going to wiggle my fingers around my thumb, so I want to go a little bit deeper. Left arm out to the side, a bit more chill. I can feel this coming on. I'm going to stretch out so that I don't feel like a bag of elbows anymore. I'm feeling less like a bag of elbows as we go through, but I can feel a strength practice coming on. So at some point today, people on the moon will be able to see me planking in my day-glow vest. Sometimes that happens. It might not. I've got work this weekend, other kinds of work. So we'll see. I'm going to take this leg out to the side for a little bit of an inner thigh stretch. Just see where that gets to. Right. Stretch it, enjoy it, stay as long as you want. Back to center and then across. Oh God, I really hate IT band stretches. But recently my Rolfo, just basically really got into my IT band, and Jesus, it hurt. It really hurt. Did my feet as well, and it was a special kind of pain. Felt like my leg was on fire. Not pleasant. Okay, back to center, and let's bend the knee, squeeze it in, lengthen out the left leg, point both sets of toes up, exhale, forehead and knee squeeze together, inhale down. Just do a few of those pulses. I actually prefer to float my left leg when I do this. It's your choice. Last one. That's 4 in total. Let's take the right knee out to the side a little bit. Nice, reducing little hip circles here on the right. All the way around the other way, couple. Nice, right foot on the floor, left leg up. Hamstring stretch. Your variation thereon. So if you were to draw little sketches of postures like these, and then rotate them, you'll see that all of these postures are, a lot of yoga postures are rotations on other postures. So sometimes a posture will make perfect sense when you're lying on the back. You might do it like this, but actually this is a half split. So you could go into a leaning position, kneeling position, lengthen out your left leg in front of you with the foot flat on the floor, right hip over right knee. And then, you don't have to lengthen your upper body forward. You don't have to fold over the leg, but you could. And it would be the same posture. It's a hamstring stretch. Either lying on your back or lying on your front. When you're ready, you can take the leg out to the side. So this would be if you were taking child's pose and you took your left leg out to the side. Very similar, or you would probably be more in a sort of melting heart position with one leg out to the side. Same sort of thing. Back center, across the body. Oh, God. I don't like the IT band stretches. From center, and squeeze in, left knee, extend the right leg, hover it or sit on the floor. You can keep the knee bent if you want. Toes point back, squeeze the left knee in, and then exhale round, forehead and knee squeeze together. They might not meet. Most people, they won't meet. Actually, my nose will get there, but not my head. 3, 4 of these. I think we all know that counting is not my strong point in any context. And then next time your head's down, just take your knee out a little bit more to the side. And a couple of hip circles. One way and then back the other way. That feels nice. All feels good. Everything feels good. Bend the knees, bring the feet flat to the floor. I'm going to take my arms out wide so my shoulders get a good stretch. Let's press into the feet. Keep your knees stable for dynamic bridge. I'm just going to roll up and roll down with the breath. Half a breath for half a movement. In either inhale to lift and exhale to lower, or exhale to lift and inhale to lower. I will tell you, I'm working towards back bending, so inhaling to lift and exhaling to lower is better for back bending as far as I'm concerned, because when you exhale as you lift, if you're used to switching your banders on, you might just find that you're restricting a little bit by locking off muscles. I want long muscles. I find back bending makes more sense if there is softness in the body. You need strength, definitely. This is why we're always working towards long and strong, rather than just strong or just tight. Or just loose or just flexible. Most flexible people are extremely strong, because if you're hypermobile, if you've got a lot of, hypermobility is a disorder anyway, but it's not a disorder, it's a function of how some people's bodies work. They're very, very mobile, but strength is really important because you lose stability without it. So actually the most bendy people are usually really strong, really, really strong. You can increase your flexibility. Anyway, point is, I think for back bending, for me, in learning to inhale as you roll up and exhale as you roll down, you're mimicking the movement of the breath. If you want wheel, as soon as you feel like you're starting to get that movement in your spine, you're ready. And as usual, just make sure your hair's not going to get caught underneath your head. You can have any back bend, it doesn't have to be wheel. You can hold your bridge, you can stop now and not back bend at all. Otherwise, it's hands down by the head, fingers pointing down towards the toes, feet nice and clamped to the ground, knees stable, and shut up. Lift, hold if you want. When you're ready, carefully lower down. Do not drop onto the top of your head. I just don't think it's a good method. Roll down. Bring your knees into your chest. When you're ready, have a little rock and roll. You can stay up as long as you want. Don't stay up for very long. I know people who do. I probably stay up longer than I used to. But wheel, as much as I absolutely love wheel, it's not practice I do very often, so it's not bedded in as much, because I quite often, at the minute, I'm working a lot more with strength. So anyway, let's rock back and forth a few times, back and forth. Last one, roll back. Forward, cross legs, all the way onto hands and knees, and then wide child's pose, stretch out. Breathe. Forward, square up onto your front, hands by the chest, the legs, and actually let's go a little wider, legs can go a little wider, and let's just open up to cobra, little cobra. Exhale down, just soft, fluid, remember, back of elbows, open it up and lower down. One more time, up, lower down. Just going to put my head on my left arm, scoop up my right foot, squeeze it in, quads and the hip flexors stretching out here. Also like to roll my shoulder back for this right shoulder, so it's an opportunity to get a really good opening through the front of the chest. And depending on my mood, I would just stay down here, but I'm not getting a great quad stretch, so I'm going to come up. If you're feeling lazy and you're not getting that quad stretch and you want to come up but you don't want the effort, then you can pop a little bolster or something, a little cushion or a block or something underneath this soft tissue of your belly below the rib cage, otherwise it will poke. So that's what you can do. And switch sides. So I can feel, even though we've done the big back bend, I can feel my back needs a bit more of the back bending. So after we've done quads, it's a perfect time to play with camel. So release this quad, hands under the shoulders, tuck the toes, keep the knees down. Let's roll back. I'm just going to come back into hero. I'm going to sit tall. So I've got my feet by the sides of my hips, you can see. Actually, the screen has gone really dark and I'm wearing black. So this is, guess what's happening, yoga? I'm sitting in hero pose. My feet are, the heels are just sort of tucked around the outer edges of my hips, but not everyone can sit like this. So you can sit up on your heels if you want to. I'm just going to sit tall. And I do quite like to do some twists in this position. So sit tall, take the arms up. Exhale, left hand to right thigh. Right hand, I'm going to wrap around my waist because I'm feeling strong, but you can put it on, put your fingers on the floor behind you if that feels better for you. It's really about keeping tall through the crown of the head. Okay. Inhale to center, reach up. Exhale, right hand, left thigh, and then do what you will with your left hand. Rotate. Okay, so you might come back to hero later, and come up into kneeling. Just going to go for full camel, but if you are wanting to build, you can do baby camel or half camel, it's totally fine. Do it your way. Just going to, I like to start with toes tucked so I can see where I get to. Let's inhale to roll, right arm up, drop it down, or lower it down onto the right heel, left arm cycles up, take it back, open up through the front of the body, just make sure those hips, shoulders, chest, everything is reaching upwards. It's up to you. Some people like to let their heads loll back. Some people prefer to look forwards. I find it a lot of strain looking forwards. If your back is feeling really bendy, you can flatten out your feet, but not if you collapse your hips. And when you're ready, we're going to lower down, roll forward, child's pose, and that should feel amazing. So I'm in a sort of a halfway child's pose. My knees are, excuse me, parallel but separated. Legs are parallel but just a bit separated, so I'm not completely curved over. I don't love, usually I don't love the extremes of going from back bend into that counter pose. I think a better, for me when it comes to back bends, a better counter pose is a softer back bend. And I think that works best for most people, but that doesn't mean that you might not want your traditional child's pose or a much wider one, your choice. But also from being here, we're just shifting back towards hero. So my knees are a little wider. I can shuffle my feet out to the side, or you can come up to your normal kneeling position. I'm going to sit my bum back and just sit up. Here we are. And with all those back bends, just about ready for reclining hero. So you could do fish, full fish, or you could do supported fish if you don't like this. This is really strong on the hips. So not everybody is going to want to do this one. I don't know if I'm going to want to do it, but I'm going to sit tall, Let's just start by weaving the fingers together in the small of the back. Squeeze the elbows and press the chest. Open, gazing up just a little bit, not throwing the head right back. Just softening through the front of the body and back. Just going to bring my hands to the floor behind me and we'll walk, walk, walk back. Pointing the fingers towards the toes, and usually just going to start with my hands resting on the soles of my feet. Sit back into my elbows, just a bit like fish. Keep those elbows tucked in, chest lifted. Squeeze shoulder blades together. Cool. Gazing towards the wall behind me because I like to do it that way. You can gaze forward if you want. This feels pretty good actually. I could just stay here for a while. You can, if it's not good, then you can come straight out. I'm just going to shuffle down, see how much further down I can go. And always do this really carefully because it just depends on how your lower back is feeling. You can see I've got space in my lower back. It's hard to see on the video because everything's gone dark, but I've threaded my hand right the way through. There's a deep arch here in my lower back. I'm going to take my hands overhead, making out the front of the body. Quads are getting a good stretch, and we've already stretched them. There's no pain in my knees. There's no pain for me in this posture. There's a little effort and there's a deep stretch, but there's nothing difficult. So you shouldn't be doing this if it's difficult. It's not that kind of a posture. You sort of feel your way into it. And as I say, you could be doing fish or supported fish. You could do this supported as well. Okay, so bring the hands back down by the sides. And I'm just going to unravel my legs. So my feet are now flat on the floor with the knee bent. I'm going to soften my back down to the ground. Bring the knees in. Have a little rock and roll. Nice. Rock and roll. Swing. Swing those knees around. Just freestyle movement here. And let's have wipers and a happy baby to close as usual. So legs down, feet flat on the floor, at least as wide as my arms out wide. You can have any twist of your choice. I'm just going to roll my knees from side to side. If people like to hold in stillness, and that is absolutely always allowed. I'm not good at holding still, so certainly not at the moment. I'm not good at holding still, so just going to roll, as I said, kneading the elbows out of my body, except for the literal elbows, which are still very much in my body and quite pointy. Side to side. You see, you can keep doing this for as long as you want. It can get quite, if it's really what you need, it can get quite hard to stop. But otherwise, I'm going to finish on happy baby because it feels right. Lengthen up the legs. I'm going to hook my fingers around my big toe. You can have your hands behind your thighs, shins, ankles. You can go for a wide leg, knees to chest. You could just have a hug and a roll. I'm just going to have a nice happy baby, a little rock from side to side, just to neutralize as much as possible lower back. Always worth remembering when you practice with me, I have a quite bendy back. Not bendy by gymnastics or ballerina standards, but by ordinary people standards. Quite a deep back bend. So you should not be copying necessarily. Just going to lengthen out the legs. Yeah, it's not always about copying. It's about using the movements as an inspiration for what works in your body. Yeah, just enjoy that feeling. Bring the legs back in, and you would have your relaxation now. So, I'm going to take a few breaths in Shavasana. I'm not delivering a relaxation in this class, but you can enjoy your Shavasana, take your time, always set your YouTube channel to not autoplay. So you can, the video will turn off and you can just rest. Otherwise, sometimes the stuff that YouTube cues after my classes just makes me want to throw up. Just awful whale noises, weird mantra stuff, not aligned, but totally based on algorithms. If it were me, it would be some, I don't know, some live techno radio, minimal electronica noise. But I find silence is good, so don't autoplay. Turn off the autoplay. And that, my friends, is your relaxation. Stay rested as you are. Enjoy your rest. My God, that was a shambolic session. But I hope you liked it if you did. And if you didn't, I can see why. Have a lovely weekend.